Hello, St. Andrews, and welcome to this Holy Week edition of Chancel Chat. It's Wednesday, Holy Wednesday, and our schedule of Holy Week worship services begins this evening. So let me briefly run through the schedule for Holy Week and Easter, just so that everyone is clear about what's happening on this very important week of the year for us. Our schedule of activities begins this evening with the service of Tenebrae in the sanctuary at 7 p.m. And then on Holy Thursday, we begin our schedule with a Eucharist, which will include foot washing at 7 a.m., followed by a fellowship breakfast in the parish hall immediately following the service. And then we'll have morning prayer at 9 o'clock in the chapel. And then our 12:10 Holy Thursday liturgy in the sanctuary. And then in the evening, we're going to be the guests of our partners in ministry at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Hainesport. The schedule begins with a fellowship dinner at 6 p.m. and then the liturgy at 7:30. And then from 9 o'clock on Holy Thursday evening until 9 a.m. on Good Friday morning, we're going to be maintaining a vigil in the chapel at St. Andrews. And I spoke with Chris this morning, and we don't have anyone scheduled from midnight until 6 a.m. on Good Friday morning. So if you're interested and available and would like to come and spend an hour in the chapel praying, we would certainly appreciate that. We'd like to maintain that vigil throughout the night. Then on Good Friday morning, we will have morning prayer in the chapel at 9 o'clock, followed by Stations of the Cross in the sanctuary at 10 o'clock. And then the ecumenical Good Friday liturgy will begin at noontime at First Presbyterian Church here in Mount Holly. It's the traditional 3-hour Good Friday liturgy, the 7 last words of Jesus from the cross, and I'll be preaching the first word, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, and that will happen sometime afternoon, maybe 12:15 or so. So we commend that service to you, and we hope that many from St. Andrews will participate. And then in the evening, on Good Friday evening at 7 o'clock, the solemn liturgy for Good Friday will be held here in the sanctuary. And then on Saturday, we're going to be decorating the sanctuary for Easter at 10 a.m., and we need volunteers to help with that. So if you're available and can spend about an hour on Saturday morning, please come to the church around 10 o'clock. The Great Easter Vigil begins at 7:30 p.m. Please note that the different time, it's the only service during Holy Week, the only evening service during Holy Week that begins at 7:30. And this is my favorite liturgy of the whole year. We begin with the new fire outside the church. We march into the church with our lit candles to the singing of the Exultet, followed by the service of the Word, renewal of baptismal vows, and then the first Eucharist of Easter. So please join us for the Great Easter Vigil on Saturday evening at 7:30. Then our Easter Sunday schedule at 6:15 a.m., we're going to be participating in the ecumenical sunrise service, which will be held this year at Dobbins Chapel on the grounds of St. Andrew's Cemetery, 128 Pine Street. And this is an ecumenical service, and we strongly encourage you, if you're up at that hour of the day, to come and join us for that service. And then our 2 celebrations of the Feast of the Resurrection here at St. Andrews at 8 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. Looking ahead to the next weekend, which is the second Sunday of Easter, we'll have our regular schedule on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock and Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock, our Bishop Chip Stokes, will be making a formal parish visitation here at St. Andrews. He will be preaching and presiding over the confirmation of 4 of our young people who have been preparing for the rite of confirmation since September. He'll also be receiving several of our members into the Episcopal Church during that service. And then immediately following the liturgy at 10 o'clock, we'll be having a celebration brunch in the parish hall, which is open to all members, everyone that's here that day. So we're very excited and looking forward to having our bishop with us on what is traditionally called Low Sunday, but we hope that this year it won't be Low Sunday. Susan and I are going to be taking a little post-Easter vacation to Virginia Beach. We leave on Monday morning, the 2nd of April, and return sometime on Friday. And during my absence, our priest associate, Father Tin, and Deacon Joe will be available in case of pastoral emergency. So that's about it for this week. I plan to do a brief chancel chat from somewhere in Virginia Beach next week. But we commend all of the services of Holy Week to you. Especially the 3 services during the Triduum, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Great Easter Vigil. So God bless you, and I hope to see you in church during this most holiest week of the year for Christians. God bless you.